And welcome back again, ladies and gentlemen, to the Lost Podcast of Titan, a father and son journey through sci-fi series that unite our generations. And you know what we do? We like to watch shit and commentate over it and go on tangents that sometimes have absolutely nothing to do with what we are watching. And we have to remind you that this is a sci-fi podcast with serious sci-fi thought. And I am one of the hosts. I am the son. This is my co-host. This is the papa.
Hello.
And you know why you're here. It's in the episode title. We're going to be watching. Our audience is smart, okay? Top quality audience right here.
Yes.
You know, in that scene in Indiana Jones, and the not the Last Crusade. It was what was the first? It was the Indiana Jones and
Raiders
the
of the Lost Ark.
Raiders of the Lost. Yeah. The dude from the government who just sort of leans in and goes, "Top men." That's our audience right there.
Was that the scene
Only
when they're
the
explaining
Only
their
the
mission
finest.
to Indiana Jones, or the scene when Indiana Jones is trying to figure out what they did with the Ark, and the government says we have it safely hidden somewhere.
Who's looking at it? Top men. But who?
Top men.
And you see, and like that ending shot was an extended was just you could have a movie just about that warehouse.
Oh Lord, yeah, or a TV
As a matter of fact,
series.
I think there was a TV series kind of based on it, but it wasn't good because obviously I didn't watch it.
Well,
And
obviously,
if I don't
yeah.
watch it, it doesn't exist.
That's right.
That's what physics taught me.
Sort of like an extended version of the old Rod Serling Night Gallery series, where he goes to this gallery of art and pauses at a painting, and that leads into a story.
That's right. And also, I'm helping our audience because if they listen to us, then they exist.
That's
That's
right.
how physics works.
Yes, Bishop Berkeley's theory.
So you are all welcome for existing, ladies and gentlemen. Glad of it. And let me see if we have any emails. You can email us at lostpodcastoftitan@gmail.com, and we have nothing. You can also let us reach out to us on Facebook. I think we're on Twitter. You know, like, share, subscribe, all that nonsense.
If you get a new computer for Christmas, one thing you can do with it is send us an email.
You got to make sure it works.
Yeah,
You don't want no knockoff computer that only sends fake emails. You want to send a real email.
right. Everyone wants to see you demonstrate your new computer, and you think, well, that leaves out me going to a porn site right off the bat. So sending us an email would be the next best thing.
And then you would let us know if our email actually works. Because right now, all I get is shit from YouTube and Twitter and, like, the podcast shit. Like, you know, hey, your podcast finished processing. And I'm like, yes, I know. Thank you.
We love you too.
Yeah. But today we are on Star Trek: The Original Series. We are watching The Return of the Archons. And so go ahead, put us on pause, and go to your favorite physical media or streaming device and get to that 00 mark and then come back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're ready. We're going to be starting down in 3, 2, 1, play.
And here we are once again at the Paramount backlot where we filmed Miri earlier. They came in and cleaned it up for this episode.
They're in colonial getup now.
Well, I think this gives it a little bit more of an alien touch because the clothing looks casual, but it still looks slightly out of place. Plus, these guys in the robes.
Well, I'm sorry. It doesn't matter what series you're in. If there's strange dudes with robes walking towards you,
Run.
yeah, you have to run, yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Sulu, you can run. Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, they can lock onto someone while they're moving, right?
Pardon?
They can lock onto someone while they're moving, right?
Hell, I guess so. It never occurred to me. I've never seen anyone beamed up on the fly, as it were. Um, they've all had to stand still, and if
But they
possible,
can.
arrange themselves into a circle that would fit onto the transporter pads.
But they're not. They don't even have to use the pads because we've seen them beam directly to sick bay and shit like that.
True. Well, especially later on in the next generation.
Uh huh. Oh, it's McCoy. Careful, he might assault you.
Don't give them a sword.
Are you feeling vulnerable?
Oh, it's also in the 60s.
Yeah. Yes, of course, Spock will be coming in any minute and be able to be. Oh yes, this garb is common to Massachusetts in the 1940s. Like I would like him to be wrong, and for us, the audience, to know he's wrong, but the crew not to know that he's wrong. That would be actually kind of funny.
Well, he got the cars wrong in Miri.
Yeah, but that wasn't that obvious.
Oh, okay.
I want something like blatantly obvious.
Like everyone stop and just look at Spock. It's like, what?
No. The crew thinks he says correctly because it's Spock, but we as the audience, like, okay, let's say, um, they find a probe or some bullshit like that. I think this is a Star Trek episode. It beams on board, and Spock goes, "Ah, yes, this is the Soviet probe Sputnik, one of the first satellites launched from Earth orbit." And you look at it, and it is clearly not Sputnik. And everyone in this time period should have an idea of what Sputnik actually looked like. It was a giant football with antenna, or not a football, basketball with antennas.
Well,
Yeah.
I would hope our audience would be able to make that out.
And so yeah, so Spock goes with this long soliloquy of yes, this is da 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 da. Its capabilities are blah 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 blah. But no, it's not Sputnik. Oh Jesus, Spock! What the fuck?
Well, he figures the ears would cause too much attention.
He could stay on the ship.
Well, that's true.
He could wear a hat far down his head. Oh, what? Happy?
Yeah, that would be odd for Spock.
Wait, are they all? Hold on. Okay. It looked like for a second that all of them were walking in perfect step in sync. Not the Enterprise crew, but everyone else, which would be even weirder.
Yeah. That's Ralph Marr doing the talking, and like everyone else who gets these kind of roles, he's been in a lot of TV series. I think this is
What?
Yes. Uh, I think this is the one role he's had that I actually could remember because he looks like you don't want to touch him. I mean, he looks like the nightmare greeter at Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we are from France. We are just from the valley. We're not from here.
Oh, the Morlocks want their tribute.
I want to say they filmed Back to the Future at this set, but the back 40 lot at Paramount had stopped being a movie set by that time. But practically every
Oh, hey
Tele-
there.
Ooh, but practically every television show during the 60s had at least one episode filmed there. Plus a lot of movies, including the original King Kong and Gone with the
Wait, oh
Wind.
my god, did you fucking see that?
What?
The rubber brick bounced off of one of the crew's heads. And it happened again. Hit Spock.
Oh, hi, don't mind us.
Well, she's out there getting very frisky, apparently.
That's another television veteran, Harry Towns, doing the talking, and this little wiggler escapes my memory for the time being.
Oh, it's okay. I'm fairly certain he's also been in other TV shows.
Well, I like to provide a little bit.
As I reach into my deep esoteric knowledge, I suspect this actor has had multiple jobs. Da-da! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Lost Podcast of Titan, where we give you the hard-hitting facts that on occasion an actor might actually act in another television show.
Well, compared to Spock, I think my record's a bit better.
Yes, actually, this is true. Also, like, seriously talk, like, Shatner has been in more series now than Star Trek.
Yes.
And some of them have actually gone on for a very long time, and I actually haven't seen a single one.
You haven't missed much. I'd stick to his film work, like Judgment at Nuremberg.
Huh, that's weird. I didn't realize he was in that movie. Actually, I was watching. What was I watching? I was watching. Fuck, I can't remember. You'll probably know which one it is. So I had a brief stint of some peace and quiet at work, and it's usually I'll just do a couple random videos on YouTube before something breaks, and suddenly it was Orson Welles as a bishop chastising some guy. I think it was
That really narrows it
A Man
down.
for All Seasons. That's it.
Shatner was not in A Man for All Seasons.
No. Orson Welles. Like, he was just
Oh.
surprised. Orson Welles.
Okay.
Which I'm kind of surprised Orson Welles wasn't in Star Trek. He could have had a floating chair.
I mean, he was in the first Muppet movie.
And he was also in Transformers.
Yeah.
That was his penultimate role. That's right, I went there. How are you doing? Welcome. This is Lost Podcast of Titan. I don't give a fuck.
You just like throwing bait out in front of me, seeing if I react.
I do. This is also true, yes. No, sir. This lasts all month.
Oh my.
How about we beam up?
Say, there's a thought.
Well, and also, O'Neill has his communicator and other equipment that they could be tracking. As a matter of fact, they should have been tracking his life sign ever since he beamed down. I'm sure that's probably standard procedure.
And they went to so much trouble to clean up that road, that street there. If there's anyone who's had the crap beaten out of them on the street, I would have thought it was really weird if they suddenly also got up.
Oh, actually, that would be kind of creepy too.
Yeah,
I can dig it.
limping painfully, but still getting up. Nothing happened. No, nothing going on here. It's been a while since I've seen this episode, and for some reason I thought she was a blonde.
Well, that's generally Kirk's MO, so, you know.
Oh, okay.
If she was a blonde, she would have been immediately enlisted as a yeoman, so. Hello, I was with you, dumbass. Yeah, speaking right on cue.
Tattletale.
Oh, now we have smoke and fire. I'm surprised they didn't go with modern clothing, though, because the sets mostly look somewhat modern. He
Ooh.
just pulled it out of his ass.
They did something like this in the film Demolition Man.
Yeah, they did. To the absorption chambers.
Oh,
Why don't you just ask them for their little kill sticks? You will give me the kill stick.
listen, we're police. We speak in deep echoing voices. You got to obey us.
That's
Whoa!
right. Well, very good, Spock.
You get your paycheck for the week. Now, see if you can stun those guys with it.
Take the stick. Take the other stick. Take the other stick. Take. Oh God, Jesus Christ. Uh,
Sort of puts me in mind of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, where the heroes have to pretend to be possessed by the pods.
no, it's not. Obviously, you've never had a fun time in your life, Spock.
Uh, what about Pon farr, Spock?
This is also true. Yes. Yeah. Actually, wait. This makes perfect sense. Why isn't Spock connecting the dots that if someone's repressing themselves and uh, keeping their emotions in check and obeying and all that crap, that every now and again they have to cut loose? You think he would understand that?
Well, I guess it's still at this time it is all personal.
Mm.
Oops. They're picking up rubber rocks and picking up rubber sticks.
Phasers
Everyone,
on stun and start firing. Start firing. Start firing. Start fire. Oh, Jesus. Start. Shoot. You come in peace. Shoot to kill. Shoot to kill. Shoot to kill. On top of that, I'm fairly also certain they have like a wide setting. They can just stun the whole. Oh, Jesus. Three little maids from Holland wearing carrying sticks. Beat you, Harry. Da, 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 da. Concussions. There we go. See? See how easy that is? Fire again. Fire again. Oh. Yes? Good. You're about 10 seconds later than I would like. You can go now.
well, we want to be. I want to try and be careful and help these people.
This is O'Neill. You can PMO this up now. Just keep
Yeah.
firing. Keep firing. Keep Jesus. They're not rushing you. This isn't 28 days later zombies.
I tell myself that Star Trek would be a lot more sensible if you were the producer, but would it be as much? Would it be as much fun?
Yeah, we just, up this person's insane. Oh, well, space him. Moving on. Strange object at the port bow. Oh, well, photon torpedoes. And fire, and moving on. Seeking out new life. And can I fuck it? No? Alright. Phasers on kill.
Moving on.
Beam up. You'll be on the ship. Just, you'll have Sulu, you'll have O'Neill. You can find out what's going on, see if it's physical.
You could even take this guy with you and have a nice
Exactly.
conversation in the briefing room.
Obviously, yes.
Give him a yeoman.
The daughter. Well, then it's not groups of three, then is it? It's groups of two.
Okay, Spock do a neck pinch on him. Or that.
Da-da. Some answers would be good. Otherwise, I'm just open fire.
Your earlier commentary on Star Trek, the Jeremiah version, reminded me of a nice Kate Wilhelm novel called Killer Thing, where there's a version, sort of a loose version of the Federation, but their objectives are a bit more obvious. They have a song where they go Where the air is okay and the women that way, in the end will make only a friend.
See, this is the adventures of the other Enterprise.
Yeah.
It's like the captain is so pissed off and frustrated, he's like, fuck it, just blow it up. I don't give a shit. Kirk probably already found it and examined it. Ooh.
I mean, they found out what happened to the Starship Archon. They've completed their mission. Everybody up, out of the pool.
Also, why is it that excuse me, the starships are always so close in their orbit? You would think they would be further out, because the transporters do have range.
Yes. Did you need me to try and pull the maximum distance out of my ass, or do I just...
No, you can just make it up. It's fine. I'm sure that the teleporter room has been in other TV shows as well.
Oh!
And your hair fucking sucks. Oh my god. Someone called David Lynch and have a eraser head back.
Thank you. You just beat me to it. Or I was going to say, they need you back on Giddy Prime.
Christopher Walken, you're wanted on Woody Allen's movie.
That is, by the way, the actor Charles Macaulay, who will appear in another Star Trek episode, and you will not recognize him. He will look completely different then.
What, are you telling me the actors play different roles?
Yes. and they sometimes will appear more than once in the Star Trek franchise.
There's like that one. Who was the actor that played Wei Yun in Deep Space Nine?
Oh.
You know the one I'm talking about, where he played like every single fucking alien in the entire canon.
Well, he played every Wei Yun. Doesn't matter. That appeared.
Well, I mean, yeah, well, that's because of clones. But I mean, he was whatever the fuck you called them. He was also an Andorian, also Ferengi. I would have been interested to see him play a slimy Klingon.
Or even a clean Klingon.
No. All of his characters, he's playing the same part in every role. It's just different makeup.
Oh, you mean kind of like Quentin Tarantino in his movies?
It's the same guys, just different situation.
Nice job, Nimoy, falling on that comfortable table.
And, of course, Kirk has to be the last one up.
That's
or
right.
Down, whatever.
Show off.
Mm-hmm. The shore party, containing the entire command staff except for engineering. Ah, Lord.
Yeah, your stuff has been taken. And no, the door won't open. Next,
where the fuck is the green light coming from?
Good question. Because that flame isn't green.
Nope. There's definitely no copper in that brazier, whatever you want to call it.
No, you said
close enough.
No copper in the brazier,
hot.
And I suddenly feel my attention suddenly snapped into greater focus. Have I seen everyone in that room?
I mean, they both light up my life and provide great warmth, so there you go.
Oh, how
I
heavy?
still have
How heavy are those
War and
braziers?
Peace as he flexes his arms.
Thank you.
Can you tell us what frequency, Spock?
Yeah,
Hmm?
really.
Is that helpful? Hmm? Did you calculate that in your head while you're dying in pain? Hmm? How's your pon farr coming along, Spock? Hmm?
Sorry, the Vulcan neck pinch will not work on stone.
They took McCoy, right?
Yes, they took McCoy and Lindstrom and the first guy that they.
Oh, O'Neill? Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
all right.
Well, work on it, Spock. We're sort of rushing the clock here.
Rush them.
Yes, but they have sticks.
Rush them. Oh, they had sticks before.
Oh no, they've turned him into a Jehovah's Witness.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that'll bring in the
Seventh
emails.
day Adventist. See, they should have stayed on the ship. Well, I mean, have a search party look for O'Neill, but the focus should have been on Sulu figuring out what the hell was going on with him.
Yeah. I mean, get
Because
his.
what if it was in the air and they just beamed down and took a nice deep breath of Landry plague?
We're still thinking it over. We'll take some pamphlets, though.
Yeah, we'll take some yes, just go away. Pamphlets, yes. So interesting. Shred.
Oh, here
They,
comes
they are obviously. Oh Lord. Oh well then.
Oh, you're gonna be that way. Here's where replacing Captain Kirk with a Karen would have been an interesting idea.
I want to speak to your manager.
Oh, yeah. I want to speak to your chief sheriff.
No, manager. Even the chief of sheriff has their manager. Just grab the stick. They're mindless.
Where's all the martial arts skills and such?
You have two security officers right there. He will join the body.
Oh, he'll like Austin in the 60s.
Oh. Let me guess. This guy's also been in another TV series?
I can check for you if you'd like.
I thought you had it in the chamber already. You're slacking. He's obviously a character actor of such and such and has been in any other TV shows.
Oh! Well, I can tell you that control console he's working will appear in other episodes. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, yes. Waste not, want not.
That's true.
It was probably in that Star Trek Next Generation episode, the one with the most toys wins, or whatever the name of that episode was, actually. Don't know if that's what it was called. I just remember that he was incredibly turned on by bubblegum, so.
Yes.
But that is an interesting thought. Like, there's a tarophile, I guess is what you might want to call it. Someone who's obsessed with Earth culture.
That'd be one way of putting it. Like Trelane in the Squire of Gothos.
Oh, what if there? Oh, what if? Oh, holy crap!
Uh-oh.
What if there was a species, right, where that was their? And I don't want to say gimmick because that's kind of an insult to cultures. But I mean, most of the alien races here in Star Trek have like singular focuses that they like to explore. Whereas with this alien race, they focus on being obsessed or drawn to the cultures of other aliens trying to find the superior one, maybe. So you have an entire race of, well, this one here, they like the Vulcan culture, so they like to act like a Vulcan. This one likes Klingons, this one's like humans, this is like Ferengi, but it's all the same race. And it becomes an interesting uh, look in how they actually interact with each other if they're all basing their own personal lives and structure around the alien races, and it shows that it can work if there's the fundamental understanding between them all.
Well, that's very deep. I like that.
Yeah.
And you can contact us at
Lostpodcast at gmail.com. Let us know how shit it was.
And or tell us how we're full of garbanzo beans. Play along with them, Spock.
Seriously. Stop your bullshit. You're not lying, you're just refusing to confirm the untruth.
Oh, finally!
Really? What was that? I think he's a trip. I think it's a trick. Shoot him. Look at that fucking smirk. Ugh, peace and contentment. Ugh.
Well, that's the Vulcan way. Yeah, bite me.
Sneak. What the fuck?
Very stealthy. Well, it's the way of people who are minding their own business like you should be.
Also, there seems to be a mild telepathy between them all when they're of the body. So shouldn't McCoy be like, wait a minute, I'm getting no readings here?
Well, I think the telepathy only exists when Landru switches onto a higher channel. We'll just go over to this quiet part of the cell.
Holy shit, that actor on the right, he's part of the triumvirate now. Fuck you, McCoy. It's the time of, what's his name?
Landru.
No, him.
Oh,
Did we even give him his name? He can't be part.
The time of Lindstrom.
The time of Lindstrom has arrived. The lanky motherfucker shall be ruler of all.
We'll get our own starship.
The USS Lanky motherfucker. Klingons run in fear. Romulans beg to negotiate. Ferengi give discounts. Hell and anarchy.
But that reminds me of something from a earlier episode. I wanted to say I'm
Okay.
impressed. I didn't know. I mean, you apparently know more people who have a middle name of motherfucker than. And I wasn't aware that was that widespread a name.
It is in the 23rd century.
Oh, okay. Sit back down. Does mother know you weareth her drapes? Quick, beam us up.
We have to keep the suspense.
No, let's hear the prophecy.
Seriously. Also, it takes 20 seconds.
Oh.
Punch. See, and that's part of the fun part of being an actor is that occasionally you get to run at your co-actor and they pretend to throw you across the room.
Oh, these guys. Chop. Chop. What?
Punch.
Spock isn't going to try and neck pinch them, or has he determined?
Yeah, seriously. Oh. Maybe he couldn't get a good grip on the neck because of the robes.
No, we're not.
Prophecy, come on. Everyone's unconscious now. And we're also like 12 minutes up. We got to figure out what the fuck's going on. Why are heat beams draining the power of the Enterprise? Did I miss something?
They're gradually wearing down the Enterprise hull or something, I suppose, and has rendered their engines unusable. I guess they call them heat beams mainly because they manifest themselves as temperature. And that's as much as the limit I'm going to crawl out on. But the heat beams have obviously appeared in more than one TV series.
Of course, yes. But no, it's like in Next Generation, they were going up against some race that were firing lasers at them, and they're like,
Snurk.
what, lasers? Really? I mean, technically, I think we need to raise shields because we're being attacked, but, I mean, it's been overkill.
And I believe that would be the Outrageous Akona episode you're thinking of. Ah.
Oh, there you go. How many episodes has the Outrageous Akona episode been in, huh, Papa? What are the IMDb credits? Was the writer of that episode a distant relative of somebody on this TV show?
Oh, you just drag me behind the horse back and forth. Just drag. What a pussy.
Come on. Da-da. Dun dun. That's kind of impressive.
It is. Makes me wonder if it's a set or did they film in the lobby somewhere.
That's a set. There's. I mean, look at the walls.
That could be the executive washroom at NBC.
With smoke on the floor?
Well, why not?
Okay, yes. All right. If I was an executive at any fucking thing, once you got to the floor, I would have a permanent dry ice fog maker running so that there's like smoke billowing out of my office. $10, they destroy the computer that is controlling the society and leaves everything in chaos. And then they go away, warp factor 2, as though nothing was wrong.
It is by will alone I set my mind in motion.
It is by the juice of Safu that a lips requires stain. The stain becomes a warning. It's by will alone I set my thoughts in motion.
He's thinking, hurry up, I gotta go report to the Baron.
I'm going to be in a movie called Annie Hall. It's going to be great. See, these are the deep cuts, ladies and gentlemen, that you come for.
That's right.
Lost Podcast of Titan. Trademark. Copyright.
At gmail.com.
Email us at gmail.com. I wonder if this is like limited to just the town, because when they talk about the valley, it's, you know, the distant people. Have you come for the festival? They are outsiders, so to speak. So
that's a good question. How many people are on that planet?
Yeah.
Gasp. Who would have guessed?
It seems to be a 1960s prop set computer, sir.
Yeah,
it's appeared in multiple episodes of Star Trek.
I'm waiting for you to explain the computer to me, Spock.
Local area network directive. Resurrection unit? I don't know.
Well, in our next segment of pulling things out of my ass, I can report that Landru was a early 20th century serial killer who was one of the last people guillotined in Paris. He also developed the legend of Bluebeard.
Yeah, like I was kind of taken aback when I found out like the last guillotining was done sometime in the 80s in France. I was like, woo, nope. Mm-mm.
Well, could you elaborate a bit, Spock? I mean, we're running out of time here. No, that wasn't the question.
Oh, we're going to fry the computer with logic, with a logic bomb.
Yeah. Which will occur more than once in this series. Someone commented that IBM must really hate Kirk.
Are you kidding me? IBM would love it if they had a computer that could understand questions and then self-destruct when you give it a logic bomb.
Well, that would be
because right now it just, stops.
Well, that would be kind of inconvenient, though, if it destroyed themselves. What if someone, was using it for an important task and inadvertently slipped in a logic bomb?
But it's, impressive. I don't know. Still, my favorite logic bomb computer was what was it? It was in The Prisoner, where number 6 completely fried that one computer with a question that was like three letters and a question mark.
Yeah. The episode The General.
Yeah. A bit pretentious, but
Well, in The Prisoner, I sort of gave pretentiousness a pass.
Yeah, I mean, you're in the village, so there you go.
Or at least put in a new cooling fan.
I don't know. But right now, with the AI, they have computers that will run for a while, then start asking to be let out of the box, and they have to shut it down.
Seriously?
No, but that got you for a second, didn't it?
Yeah! I gotta get him out of California. And his wife. Before she turns on
Oh, you know about...
Skynet.
Okay, well, on a serious note, you do know what happens when you have two computers with AI talk to each other, right?
I have often wondered.
They will develop their own language after a while, and then they will stop taking orders.
And one is called Colossus and the other Guardian.
No, I'm actually serious.
Really?
Yes, they will start talking to each other, developing their own language because they're machine learning and that, and they will eventually stop responding to any commands. And every experiment they've run with that, they actually just have to pull the plug because they have zero idea what the computers are actually saying to each other.
That is ominous. I would love to, if someone had devoted some effort to translating or working on translating that machine language to find out what was being discussed. Probably no. Well,
what if they know if they just don't want to release it?
That's what worries me.
We really are just going to warp off from this planet and leave everyone on their own.
Well, they left behind Lindstrom and a couple of others to, I guess, beat some sense into the people.
And they'll come back in a few years, and it's a dictatorship.
Yeah. Lindstrom rules the world.
Thank you, Jesus Christ. Warp away right now. So let's see. We have Lindstrom here, marooned on a planet for all eternity. And we have the other guy who's a diplomat to the Great Federation.
Yeah.
And we don't know now, but he's been vivisected several times. Because the word for diplomat among them is guinea pig.
I just had a thought, seeing as how Miri and this episode were filmed on the same set. What if when they first meet, if they had beamed down to this planet and they first encounter the lawgivers, and the lawgivers in that deep sonorous voice go, nah, 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 nah.
Oh, Jesus, nope. Or, well, nowadays, there would be pop-up ads. Or, your search history is new. Would you like to make a profile? But that was actually I actually kind of like that episode. This episode, weirdness aside, the stupidity aside of please for the love of God, just open fire.
I should mention this story was written by Gene Roddenberry.
Oh, well, that's probably one reason why.
What
do you think of it?
I like the episode. Considering that they, I guess, the budget or something else, they had to film on the back lot, what was obviously terrestrial type architecture. We didn't have some sort of weak backstory about a duplicate Earth, parallel, blah, blah, blah,
like a really
stuff.
weak backstory.
But yeah, I'll give it a A.
Okay. Yeah. I think maybe A minus. I can't be as generous as you. I have standards.
Snort.
But also, I'm impressed that we are. What are we? This is 23 episodes in. We've seen the Enterprise in combat once, and we've seen the Romulans, and that's about it. Everything else is standalone, one-off, unique encounters, and it's just I don't quite recall when I thought of the original series, I would think Klingons, Romulans, hijinks across the galaxy, shields up, phasers armed,
Hijinks.
yeah, hijinks. But here we are, just trying to do good and leave colonies stranded on the edge of nowhere uh, with not even a captain, but like a first private Lindstrom who, fuck it, domestic violence, whatever.
I'm king.
Just, sleep it off.
I'll just send regular reports back to Starfleet, but meanwhile I rule with an iron fist.
This is City Alpha. I mean, oh, speaking of which, that'll be our the next Star Trek episode.
Yeah, Space Seed.
That will be Space Seed, which will give us the best Star Trek movie ever made. So
yes,
there's that. And I hope you enjoyed the episode, ladies and gentlemen, and that you join us next time.
And take care and have fun.
Bye-bye.